I
Well,
am so scared for this weekend. It's unfucking believable.
what are you scared about?
I'm scared, dude. I'm scared, bro. Not really scared, but I just don't want to see. I don't want to see. Maybe I'm just being spiteful, dude. I just don't want to see Ilya win, dude. I want to see Charles on the throne again, just fucking holding the belt, dude. Fucking do Bronx, you know. I just feel like if Ilya wins, dude, it's just, I don't know. I just don't know if it's gonna be like as mesmerizing as the world is gonna make it seem, you know.
I mean, I don't know. We're going to find out. We'll get into it. Welcome back, everybody, over the Octagon Podcast. It's been a minute.
Sure
We've had a
has.
busy month of June, but we're back ahead of International Fight Week in the UFC 317 between Ilia Topuria and Charles Bronx Oliveira.
My guy.
Dude, honestly, this card is really good. Co-main, also a title fight between Pantoja and Kai France. That fight's not getting talked about enough. That's going to be sweet. Dude, that fight's going to be sick.
It is. It is. It's the rematch too, right?
It's going to be sick, dude. People are not talking about that enough. It's kind of annoying. I like the flyweight disrespect is genuinely starting to piss me off.
No,
It
Pantoja,
really is.
they haven't fought yet, have they?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay.
The flyweight disrespect is really starting to get under my skin, dude. It's really
I feel
starting
like
to bother me.
this fight is gonna turn some heads because if Pantoja wins, then he will be tied with Demetrius Johnson for most flyweight wins of all time.
Wow, in the UFC. Wow.
In the UFC. I think that is correct.
All right, fact check us. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget, if you're not already, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, like the video, leave a comment down below. Fact check us as we just rail through this card, spouting off typical nonsense.
Yeah, before we get started, too, let's give a little shout out, man. We've been busy as shit, but we're 13,000 fucking Instagram followers into the podcast now. We're almost at, what is it, 3,500 Instagram or YouTube subscribers now.
Yep,
a little over 3,500.
Yep,
bro, that's fucking solid, bro. We're doing it, man. Like, as busy as we've been, the numbers keep going, and we're not stopping. We're not slowing down, but we're back. I just wanted to throw that out there. Like, the numbers are talking, bro. They're growing. So
the numbers are numbering.
Yeah. So perfect timing too. International Fight Week, great card. A lot of shit going on in the UFC. So let's go. You want to go with that first, and then kind of talk some news after?
Yeah. Let's get into Fight Week. So, I'll run down the card a little bit. So the co-main, like I said, Pantoja, Kai France. Then you got Beneil Dariush, and Moicano.
Yeah, solid.
Flyweight #1 contender fight, I guess.
Brandon
Royval versus Joshua Van. Van
stepping in on short notice too.
Hell yeah!
Like,
because this is a very good Manel Cape, right?
This is supposed to be Manel Cape. Yep. And then remember when Josh Van just won, and I texted, I was like, Josh Van versus Brandon Royval would fucking sell out arenas, bro. And then like 2 days later, Manel Cape out with an injury. Joshua Van steps in on short notice, and now we're getting one of the best stylistic matchups at flyweight you could possibly make. It's
couple
great.
Good flyweight bangers, and then the return of the once highly touted bantamweight prospect Peyton Talbot against another fucking hot prospect in Felipe Lima.
Yeah, that one's a tough call, dude.
Shoof. I don't know, man. Yeah, that's a tough fight. I don't see
that's just your main card, dude. The prelims and early prelims are stacked too.
Yeah, so that rounds out your main card. Featured prelim, couple old guys, but I'm gonna be honest, dude. This might be a banger too. Jack Hermanson versus Gregory RoboCop.
Yeah, return Jack Hermanson after him just taking all of Joe Pyfer's shine and then just going and disappearing for a couple of months and then returning back to fighting.
I mean, that's been over a year, dude.
I know.
It has been over a
year.
Joe Pyfer's fought twice, I guess, now since then, or three times maybe. So, and then, dude, honestly, interesting women's flyweight bout. between Viviana Aroja and Tracy Cortez. Tracy Cortez, a -225 favorite. I don't know, dude. I think I'm going with plus money on this.
I like plus money too, bro.
Viviana Aroja, like low key. I mean, she lost to Natalia Silva, but by decision. She beat Karine Silva, who Karine Silva is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, and she beat Jennifer Maia too. You know,
yeah, but she lost to like, she beat Andrea Lee, but she lost to like Alexa Grasso. She lost to Amanda Ribas. I don't know. I think this is a pretty even fight, so we'll have to see how good Trace Cortez does with this. I'd be interested to see.
I still think that her beating Jasmine just Sedudovicius was a fluke. Anyways, I think if you run that back, Tracy Cortez loses.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Vivian has a 3-inch reach advantage in this fight. I think there's like some of that stuff's going to matter because Tracy Cortez against Rose, when she couldn't get to her, she couldn't get in close. Rose just picked her apart, man.
Yep, for sure.
Apart. Our boy Terrence McKinney against Borshev on the prelims.
It's going to be a fun fight, dude. Somebody's going to get knocked out.
Yeah, I mean, if it wouldn't be a Terrence McKinney fight if somebody or himself doesn't get knocked out within inside the first minute.
Guy has the craziest game plan of all time when he goes into fights.
And then some interesting kind of no name that, like, you tweeted this out. Strikas Dumas somehow still on the UFC roster against somebody that nobody's ever heard of. But Nico Price.
I mean,
Nico Price against
he hasn't been fought since the damn Robbie Lawler retirement.
He's going up against a 10-0 prospect.
Yeah, he's going to get flatlined again, dude.
Yeah. Yep. Who this dude knocked out Preston Parsons in a minute.
Yeah.
So Jacob Smith, Nico Price to open it up. So I think if I was a betting man, you're gonna get a pretty solid highlight knockout to start the card.
Smith.
Yeah. And then I really have no idea how this card goes. Obviously, we said Terrence McKinney Borshev, and then you have two chicks fighting. That's probably going to go to decision. I like Jose Delgado on the prelims as well a lot. But he is fighting an undefeated guy from the Philippines, unfamiliar with his game. So he's 3-0 in the UFC.
Yep. Oh, man.
So some bangers, but so your main event, obviously the reason this whole event is together, your main event between Ilia Topuria, Charles Oliveira for the UFC lightweight title that is now vacant because Islam is going to move up and fight for the welterweight title. So, obviously a lot of stuff was happening. They were trying to get a fight for this card, as they do every year. They're trying to make this a big card and big fight, and they had to wait until Jack Della Maddalena and Bilal Muhammad fought, really.
Because who was last year's IFC? Was it Volk and Islam?
International Fight Week last year? Oh, man, I don't remember.
I feel like it was Volk Islam too. But then again, I could be completely wrong.
And
I feel like Pantoja was the co-main.
No, it was Pereira and Yuri.
Oh, okay.
That was
you're right. That's right.
That was also the Dan Ige Diego Lopez fight that happened on hours notice.
That's right.
But I'm gonna be honest, bro. This year's actually shits on last year's.
Yeah.
Because let me read you last year's International Fight Week. Because everybody talks shit on these cards, right? Like, we talk about this all the time, how much people talk shit on these cards.
Yeah.
As if they're getting worse. Let me read you last year's. Main event, Poatan versus Yuri. Solid.
Yeah,
right?
Great.
Solid. The co-main was a catchweight bout between Dan Ige and Diego Lopez. Obviously, that was supposed to be Diego Lopez versus Brian Ortega, I believe.
Yeah, I think so too.
That
And then
ended up
Ortega
happening
got
at
sick,
Noche.
right?
Yeah, Ortega got sick. Dan Ige said, "I'll drive down the block and come fight." But then Anthony Smith versus Roman Dolidze.
Yeah, I remember that.
Myra Buena Silva versus Macy Chiasson.
Yeah, and was that when she got split open?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that's right.
But then Ian Gary and MVP.
Damn, that was International Fight Week?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
One title fight?
Not great. Yep, one title fight. Yep, not great.
Yeah,
Pfeiffer was on that card. Pfeiffer knocked out Marc-Andre Barriault in the first round on that card.
Was that the feature prelim?
Feely, that was, yeah. Gene Silva knocked out Charles Jourdain on that card. Peyton Talbot knocked out that dude Giannis Gamori on this card.
Yeah, okay. Well, look at Peyton Talbot getting another International Fight Week fight.
Yeah. And then, but yeah, I mean, dude, yeah, that card was ass. Compared to this.
I feel like it got botched, though. Like, I feel like it was something completely different. I feel like it was supposed to be
McGregor.
Yeah, that's right. And then it got botched.
It was supposed to be McGregor.
That's right.
So now we got Topuria, Charles Oliveira. We kind of opened the episode with you expressing your nervousness of this fight.
Oh yeah, dude, this is the best fight of the year by a long shot.
Yeah, I mean, what are people saying about this? I mean, what are people?
To be honest, they're not talking about it enough.
Well, I just feel like they are, but like, how do you pick this fight? Like,
it's really hard to because it's Ilia's first fight at lightweight.
Well, he's fought at lightweight before.
Well, it's his I'm sorry, it's his first top contender fight at lightweight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then everyone, Charles Oliveira is literally probably like one of the top 3 most favorited fighters in the UFC. I mean, his fan base is unreal. He's he's now probably my favorite because Jon Jones is gone.
He's my wife's favorite.
I mean, it's hard not to dislike Charles Oliveira. But Topuria comes in as this like villain almost. Like he comes in with this like aura of like
just a destroyer.
Yeah, and it's like
I don't even know if it's like villain energy. It's really not like villain energy because he's not like. I mean,
I feel like he's only playing. It's only villain energy because he's beating fan favorites, and no one likes that.
But he's not really acting like a villain, right?
I know.
Like he said, like, I love Charles Oliveira. It's not personal. It's just business. Like the way he goes about even his like shit talk. It's not like Jamal Hill or like it's not like Bilal where like people really look at him like a heel. Like he's just a fucking destroyer, dude.
It almost gives me like Khabib vibes. Like Khabib was like,
yeah, kind of.
People either really, really like Khabib, or they're like, fuck that dude. He beat Dustin. He beat Justin. He beat Connor. He beat the fucking favorites of the division. Like, fuck him. You know, it almost gives me Khabib vibes. And it's like, but Charles, man, it's like, he has the height advantage, the reach advantage. We all know that Charles Oliveira is vulnerable to getting punched, but he's also very good at reacting in bad situations and fucking somehow finishing fights and recovering. Did you see that they are 89 and 88% finish rates?
Yeah.
So they're almost, and I think Charles had an 89 and Ilia had an 88% finish rate of their fights. So I mean, it's not like they're not finishers. I don't think I've ever said, damn, this is a boring Charles Oliveira fight.
Ever.
And you don't think you've ever said, hey, damn, this is a boring Ilia Topuria fight. So it's like, and I really just hope that we don't look back and say that, though. I've been thinking about that a lot.
I don't think so. I think there's 0% chance of that. I think somebody's getting finished. I think somebody's getting finished. I think Oliveira's either getting knocked out or, I mean, I think there's a world in which even Topuria gets chin checked. The 3-inch height advantage and 5-inch reach advantage that Charles has is crazy. So, like, we're going to really have to see how. I mean, Max Holloway's pretty big.
Yeah, Max but Max Holloway he doesn't have the power like Charles Oliveira does, though.
I know, but I'm saying, like, he has a huge reach advantage, and obviously Topuria was still able to get to him and touch his chin. So, you know, and this is the other thing with Ilia, like, he just fucking does it every time.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, like, but so does Charles, though.
Yeah, I mean kind of.
He does, though. He's beaten all of the lightweight greats.
He lost to Arman. He lost to Islam.
Sure, he lost to Arman, but he almost fucking finished Arman, dude. If there was any more seconds left on the clock, Arman was going to be unconscious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's, you know, it's not quite the same. Like he loses fights. He's lost 10 fights.
Yeah, but he's fought the best of the best. So
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give him that. Like, Max has fought the best of the best in the featherweight division, sure, but he hasn't fought the best of the best in the lightweight division, you know? And lightweight
and he
is
knocked out Gaethje.
Always been the toughest fucking division up until recently, you know what I'm saying? And even recently, it's still the toughest division.
I feel like I feel like I'm confident Ilia is going to win this fight just because of the Max Holloway fight. Like, Max is a big featherweight. Max is now in the lightweight division. Max is the size of most of these lightweights, height and reach, you know? So to me, he's able to get to that guy's chin and knock him out. The guy that knocked out and 5-0'd Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, but Charles, I feel like, is the best grappler that Ilia's faced.
Yeah, but he's not really a takedown artist. Like
he's good in the clinch, though.
Right. So, yeah, but I don't know if you want to go there
and trips and shit like that. Charles thrives in that.
You want to get that close?
Hell yeah. I mean, I'd rather
5-inch reach advantage. You want to get in close with the guy.
I'm saying if he needs to, though, he's better at it in the clinch. Like, if he gets backed up against a cage, Charles can clinch and figure it out. I don't think that Volk had that option. I mean, we'll see, though. I mean, dude, I don't know. He
doesn't have that option. They all have that option. Nobody wants to get that close. The Volk gets knocked out. Volk and Max Holloway
on the back, you know?
Right. Which way was Max Holloway going? He was circling to the left. Which way was Volk going? He was circling to the left, ran into the cage, got backed into a corner, got knocked out. No, they have the ability to clinch. They don't want to clinch because you don't want to be in tight. Like, you don't want to be in close boxing range with a guy that has that elite level of striking and boxing. I don't know. Oliveira's doesn't like shoot takedowns, though.
No, but he, like I said, he's good with the clinch and he's good with trips and he's good with throws.
Right, but I don't know if that's going to serve him well here. Like, I don't know that he's going to want to play that close-up game. But what he does do really well, and that what happens to him all the time, is he gets fucking chin checked, and then people play into his guard.
Yeah.
And then it's a different game, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. And I don't know if Ilia is going to want to play that game. I would imagine he will.
Sure.
Like, I would imagine a submission victory over Charles Oliveira is definitely something he's thinking and talking about, just because he's the guy that said that he was gonna Darce choke Islam.
Yeah, I feel like that is just playing into that shit. I don't know how confident he is in doing that against Islam.
I guess we'll see.
Though, because if he does win, then he 100% has to fight Islam.
Yeah, well, right. So I don't know, right? So what happens if Islam beats JDM?
Then they have to fight each other for the next for the fucking. He has to go up and fight Islam, dude. It just has
He's
to
not
happen.
going to
He will,
170.
dude. He will chase him down, bro. I'm telling you. If he
He's
is
not
as
going to
confident as he
170,
fucking
Joe. He's
says,
5'7", dude. He's
dude,
not,
he'll fucking do it, bro. Why wouldn't he? She chased him down at fucking at what 155?
yeah, 170 is a big difference.
Yeah, I know. We'll see, man. I'm nervous, dude. I'm nervous. I don't want to see Charles lose. I would love to see Charles win. It would literally solidify his legacy if he pulls that shit out and fucking beats Ilia Topuria. Like, there would be no doubting that at that point he may, outside of Khabib, if he beats Ilia, and it's going to be hard to even compare him to like him, Islam, and Khabib. Like, Charles had a long championship run, dude. He was kind of up and down, but he held the belt and beat everyone.
That time, though.
I know,
he missed weight and had to relinquish,
and fucked him. Yeah, but he still had a fucking great run at lightweight, dude. And he beat all the greats. I mean, he'll probably, if he does win, though, he'll probably fight Arman for the belt next. And
so Arman
Sarukian.
So that's interesting. You brought up the Islam thing. So Arman Sarukian is the backup fighter for this.
Yeah, I saw that today.
And obviously, like, he fucked up that whole event in Anaheim beginning of this year that ended up being Islam versus Moicano.
Yeah, which is so stupid.
But like, he is still the number one contender. Like,
and he didn't beat Charles.
And he did. He beat Charles Oliveira. So like, he deserves a title shot for sure. So I don't know what happens after this if Ilia wins or whoever wins. Does Islam? I mean, I
Islam said he didn't want to move up.
What do you mean? Yeah, he did.
I thought I read something, and then I could be wrong. We might have to fact check this because I'm pretty positive this was said by his coach or manager or something that he wanted that the UFC wanted Ilia to fight for the title, and they wanted Islam to move up to fight for the next belt, but Islam still wants to be at lightweight and still fight at lightweight.
I just think he didn't want to fight Bilal. That was like the initial thing, is if Bilal won, he didn't want to move up and fight Bilal.
But the UFC told Islam
he didn't want to fight, and he didn't want to fight another 145er.
Yeah, but they told Islam that he had to relinquish his belt.
Yeah, we're done with the double champs.
Yeah, we're done with the double champs.
Yeah.
So he still wants to go back down and fucking.
Yeah, I don't know. So does he?
It's hard to believe that he ran, you know what I'm saying, from Ilia.
I know.
It's hard to believe that. I mean, Islam is.
I don't think Islam's running from anyone.
No, I don't think he is either.
No, I would never say that. Yeah, John Jones definitely is. I don't think Islam is running from Topuria.
Charles wasn't.
I just think from Islam's perspective, it's like it's almost a stain on his legacy beating Falk twice, because people are like, oh, his title defenses are just like a bunch of featherweights.
Featherweights, yeah.
So, like, I get it. Like, that fight is massive and whatever, but still, like, so was the first Volk fight. And the second one, for that matter, even though it was on short notice. But like, after he wins, it almost has a negative impact on his, like, quote unquote legacy.
Yeah.
So I understand it from his perspective, not really wanting to fight another featherweight. And obviously Topuria is like kind of the guy. So it's like, it's if he beats Oliveira, it's him or no one. And he's going to go fight JDM. Which is interesting. I mean, that JDM's big. Like, I
mean, we're looking at something in comparison, dude. Charles is way bigger than Ilia, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Way bigger. I mean, Fight Night will tell it too, dude. You know.
Oh yeah, way bigger.
We'll see.
5-inch reach. 5-inch reach, 4-inch leg reach, 3-inch height advantage.
I do think this is going to be. The odds are crazy, dude. I'm sorry, but. I as much as I think Ilia is great, him being like a -400 favorite is fucking retarded in my opinion. Is he? Yeah. I thought I saw him at like -440.
Yeah, that's steep. for a title fight.
Title fight against a guy who's legitimately beaten the best competition in the fucking lightweight division with that much size.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
With that being said, Topuria by knockout, dude. Topuria fucking knocks that chin off him, dude.
And dude, you see how much Charles has to drain to get to that weight, though?
Probably second.
Like, Charles is big as shit, dude.
Yeah, it's not going to help him. It's going to compromise that chin, dude. He's going to sleep.
He's going to minus 425.
Did we bet? We bet, right?
No, we didn't bet.
I thought we bet the Charles Oliveira card. I bet you this Charles Oliveira card. If Oliveira wins, I give you this Oliveira auto.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe so. I don't remember what I bet, though.
We'll have to revisit that.
If I bet, if any. Maybe I put up my Ilia card or something for it. I don't know.
We'll have to revisit. But yeah, dude, Ilia by knockout. I mean, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna take Ilia. I'll take Charles by knockout. I mean, I'm not gonna not bet Charles, especially at plus 370 as an underdog, dude.
Yeah,
I'm taking that all day long.
What do you? All right. I mean, that's what do you kind of think about this co-main event between Kai Kara-France and Pantoja?
I think
this one's interesting.
I think Pantoja's going to beat him. I mean, I think Pantoja is going to go down as the greatest flyweight of all time.
Yeah. Yeah. I
mean, dude, his story, like, you go back and rewatch it, dude. You like, he has proven time and time again that there is legitimately, he's the most adaptable flyweight I think I've ever seen. Like, he gets better every fight. There's no one who's shown me that they can fucking beat him. And I just don't think Kai Kara-France is that guy either.
I agree. I think Pantoja is too good everywhere. Like, I think he's too good everywhere to lose to Kai Kara-France.
Yeah.
Like realistically, Kai Kara-France obviously loses to Brandon Moreno, but with that liver kick.
Mm-hmm.
But that was in the third round. I don't think he makes it to the third round against Pantoja. Kai Kara-France has great takedown defense, which is like, that's going to be the thing. If he can keep it standing and he can try to catch Pantoja.
He's on a 7-fight win streak, Pantoja is. He hasn't lost since 2025 or 2020.
Yeah.
He beat the dog shit out of Asakura. Coming in as like look at this guy. It's fucking dog walks him, says, "Welcome to the UFC, bud." I mean, granted, he hasn't had the greatest competition since Brandon Royval, but I still just don't. I think he's levels above a lot of these guys. Like,
yeah. So. I mean, but that's kind of the thing with flyweight, right? Like, there's like some, a couple good guys, but then outside you have like guys that look like contenders until they fight the top guys, and then they're turned right back around.
Yep.
I mean, he's only lost one fight in the UFC, and that was to Davison Figueiredo.
Yep.
Right. So, yeah, I think this is an easy pick. I mean, nothing against Kai Kara-France, dude. Love Kai Kara-France. Love the way he fights. He's a fucking scrapper. But I don't see Pantoja right now. Maybe. Let me think about this for a second. And Merab, I guess. And I guess maybe Tom, but who knows? But like, Pantoja's like right now, I just don't see him losing to anyone. I don't see him losing to anybody at 125.
I mean, I think that the only person that is going to be close is going to be the winner of Joshua Van and Brandon Royval. But even then,
dude, he beat the fuck out of Brandon Royval last time. Brandon Royval looked like he'd never stepped foot on a wrestling mat.
I know.
Or a jiu-jitsu mat, for that matter, because as soon as he got on his back, he just like laid flat. Like, he didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I wish Manel Cape was just consistent, but Pantoja's beat Cape too.
Right, and Cape is kind of the same way, dude. Manel Cape's striking's awesome. But like that's the difference with Pantoja. Like Pantoja's so well rounded. If he gets you on the ground, it's over. He got Royval on the ground. Royval was not getting up. Like
No.
the round was done, dude. He got Royval on the mat, and that's
And
where
see,
the
Kai
fight
Kara
stayed.
France is another kind of like striker guy.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll have to see if he can stop the takedowns, he stands a chance, right? If he can keep it on the feet, he stands a chance.
Yeah.
But Pantoja, remember too, right? Pantoja has this weird gas tank. It's a 5-round fight.
He's the Duplessis gas tank, dude. I'm telling you.
Well, kind of. Yeah. It's like he looks like he's exhausted in the second round.
Yeah.
And then in the fourth round, he's fresh again. You're like,
yeah,
what
he's just coming at you like a fucking Walking Dead zombie in the fifth round. You're like, what is going on here? This guy won't stop.
Yeah. Pantoja has the weirdest gas tank too. Man, I don't.
He's also a minus 265 favorite, which I feel like is pretty correct.
Yeah, for sure. So. Dariusha Moicano, I think might be that's close, dude.
Well, we'll just have to see. I mean, Benny is younger than people
I know because he looks old as fuck.
He looks old, but he's really not. I want to say we may be the same age, me and Manel Dariush. I think we're the same age, which you would never fucking think that looking at him, but I think we are. How old is he?
I don't know. How old's Dariush?
Manel Dariush. How old are you, bud? He is May 6th, 1989. So he is, he's 36.
36.
35.
Yeah. 35, 36.
So yeah, he's a little bit older than
Yeah, give me Moicano, dude. Give me fucking Moicano.
Yeah, money. And he's the favorite too, I think. By like a little bit. Slight edge favorite.
Slight favorite. Yeah, I like Moicano. I like Moicano by TKO here. I don't think that Dariush is going to want to wrestle with him. Like, I don't think he's going to want to play the ground game against Moicano.
Yeah, probably not.
You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be standing up, and I just see Moicano getting a knockdown and finishing with ground strikes TKO.
Could be right. I don't hate that. I like that.
That's kind of what I think. But yeah, and then your flyweight number one contender fight, Brandon Royval versus Joshua Van. Joshua Van being a gamer, taking on short notice, super even odds on this one too.
Yeah, but man. You remember you said he didn't really know how to wrestle though. But dude, remember his fight against Tatsuri Taira?
Yeah, but that was different. So not that he didn't know how to wrestle against Tatsuri Taira, but he beat
the brakes off Tatsuri Taira.
Yeah, his boxing. So it's just different, right? So like if you're able to jab somebody in the face, and Royval is a tall flyweight.
Yeah.
So if you have that much length and you can work behind a jab, it's hard to get in and take you down. And that's what he did to Tatsuri Taira. He just fucking peppered his shit until the point to where when he did shoot takedown attempts, they were weak, dude. They were weak as hell.
I do love this fight though. I mean, it's a great fight. It's perfect fucking matchmaking. Like I feel like both of these guys are the same style fighter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the only thing is I do think that Royval is about to show people why there's fucking levels to this.
Yeah. I was about to say the same thing. I mean, this is like Joshua Van has fought nobody to the degree that Royval has.
Like and we've seen it countless times, dude. We've seen this shit over and over and over again. And it's guys like Brandon Royval who are the ones that prove to people there's levels to this shit. And there's a reason why I'm number one. And I've been the number one contender for the last fucking 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah, Tatsuro Taira. Great example.
But I do think Van is good.
Yeah, Van's great.
It's you're stepping in on short notice. We're talking a month notice.
Right.
to
against
fight
the
a
number
guy
one
who's
flyweight
the
in the
number
world.
one flyweight in the world,
Yeah.
who's had plenty of time to prepare for a guy like Manel Cape, who is a weirdo fucking striker.
Right.
And now he's getting to prepare for a guy who is the same style as he is.
Think Joshua Van tries to wrestle?
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I like Brandon Royval too. I
do.
honestly feel like this goes to decision.
I do agree.
I think Brandon Royval by decision.
And I think Brandon Royval knows that too. I think he's going to play that game. He's going to do
point fight him.
Kind of like what Khalil Roundtree just did to Jamal Hill, dude. Just kind of play the distance, play the smart game, use his boxing when he needs to.
Yeah.
I
hate Jamal Hill, dude.
I do too. I think he edges it out though, you know?
Dude, Jamal Hill's what a fucking clown.
Cut him.
Dude, he's actually the worst. What were they what was he talking to him about after the fight?
I don't know, but I heard it was
he was crying about him kicking his legs.
Yeah, why'd you kick me so much, man? Why didn't you? He's like, bro, I had to fight for my life, bro. What do you mean?
Hey, what are you talking about? Dude, Jamal Hill's such a fucking dude. The
problem
is
the fact that he has fans is so weird, dude.
Does he? Who?
He does. There's weirdos out there that like him.
Dude, if you're a Jamal Hill fan, unsubscribe from this podcast. I don't even care about numbers. Unsubscribe. Don't. Like, dead ass. What are we talking about?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. But this next fight, the first fight on the main card, Peyton Talbot versus Felipe Lima. Yeah, man. I hope Peyton Talbot practiced wrestling, dude. Because he's gonna, I mean, this is just all around. I don't know, man. Felipe Lima's good, dude.
Yeah, Felipe Lima's great. Two contenders. Like, there's, man, no better way than to kill somebody's career than to put two really good contenders up against each other this early in their careers.
I know.
Both of them
with one loss, too. It's like.
Yeah. But I mean, like, right, but Lima's undefeated in the UFC. Peyton Talbot just obviously got dominated by an old man, got wrestle fucked for 3 rounds.
Yep. And that guy just fought again.
Yeah. Brazilians are different, dude. That's like the Yoel Romero shit. They're just different. I honestly,
that's so weird. They don't even have Barcelos' fight against Cody Garbrandt on his athletic record right now. I'm looking at it. They didn't even have it on there.
I really don't. It's on the UFC website. I honestly don't know who's going to win this fight. My initial thought is I think Felipe Lima wins. I just don't know, like, how
Peyton Talbot's big as shit, like way taller than him though. Like 4 inches taller, or 4 inches taller, 2-inch reach advantage.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like, after watching Peyton Talbot's demeanor in that last fight, he looked hopeless, right? Because he was. He just couldn't get up, kept getting taken down, had no way to win the fight. I start to question, like, you know, like,
is
how
he really
dedicated?
Yeah,
how dedicated is he really? Is that crazy?
No,
like,
it's
it
not.
Probably is for him being like at this level of the game, but look, dude, I watch the YouTube videos, man. The kid's a weirdo. I know he's like skating and like does all this other crazy shit. It's dope. You know what I mean? Cool. But, like,
how committed to the game are
like,
you?
dude, at a certain point, like, I don't, like, you got to be like 100% all in. I don't know if he is. I don't know if it wasn't for that last fight, I'd be thinking that he isn't. You know what I mean? I think it's just that last fight was such a bad taste in my mouth that I legitimately think, and he seems like this type of dude. I feel like Felipe Lima comes out, beats Peyton Talbot, and we just never hear from him again.
It's like, possible.
Dude just walks away and does something else.
Yeah, you might be right.
Like, because, like, what do you do? You know what I mean? What do you do?
You're a big contender, had everybody loving you, you know?
Yeah, I feel like, Yeah, give me Felipe Lima. Round
Okay.
out, start the main card. I just can't pick Peyton Talbot after that last fight.
I mean, you're not wrong. And I think
And
Felipe Lima is actually the favorite too.
I just feel like he's going up against another young, hungry contender that's actually just better than him. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be good for Peyton Talbot. They fed him to the fucking wolves, dude.
Yep, Peyton Talbot plus 170 underdog.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
that makes sense. I mean, he was such a big favorite in his last fight, remember?
Joshua Van is a favorite.
Really? I see the opposite.
Me too.
No, I mean like the odds. I see the opposite.
Well, I'm
Josh
looking at
Van
on like
plus 105.
I'm looking at the legitimate betting sites. So
yeah, and then your prelims. I don't really want to go down and go through all these. Crazy. But yeah, I mean, I'm just excited for this, dude. I'm excited for these prelims, which we kind of already went through and talked about at the beginning of this episode anyway. And the main card, like, regardless of that first fight between Talbot and Felipe Lima, like, those are two young, awesome contenders to start a card. It's a great way to start the card. They actually bumped that up to the main card. That was not originally on the main card, I believe.
That's right. It was not, because they pulled off what fight did they pull off? There was a fight that got canceled, right?
Yes.
Oh, the Justin Taffa fight.
Oh,
wasn't it a Taffa brother that was like the first fight of the card? And people were like, why does this guy keep getting main card first fights and then main card and
Roman Kopylov. I'm seeing Paulo Costa Roman Kopylov.
Oh, that's right. Paulo Costa Roman Kopylov.
Yeah,
that's right. You're right.
Got canceled.
You're right. That is right.
So yeah, which I mean, like, I understand that. Like, I don't think you put Paulo Costa on the prelims. Just my opinion.
No, not with what's left on there,
Yeah, but so yeah, I like with that being on that fight with two young, awesome contenders, definitely deserves to start it. I mean, a lot of flyweight action. Brandon Royval, Josh Van, like, for any like fan that likes a stand-up banging war, that's what you're gonna get, I think, between them.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good flyweight fight.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dariush Moicano, like I said, I think Moicano gets the TKO, but that's another one. Like, that one could also be. I think if Dariush is gonna win, that fight's gonna be boring as fuck. That's just my opinion.
I agree. I agree.
And then you have two title fights, and these title fights are fucking incredible. I love Pantoja so much. I think he has I feel like he has, just for title defenses, right? He's got a little bit to catch up with DJ, or no?
No. I'm thinking he's right two behind or something.
No way. DJ's a 15-time world champion. I know it's not all in the UFC, but how many times did Demetrius Johnson defend his?
No, you might be right. You might be right. Let's see. So Pantoja, let's see. He has. Oh shit.
He won the belt.
Who did he win the belt against? He won the belt against
Moreno,
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then defended against Royval, Urseg, and Azacuras. So 3 title defenses. I do feel like you're right, though. I feel like there was like a stat the last time.
There was, but I think it was wins. I think it was
that's right.
Wins.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
Which he does have a lot.
I think he's one flyweight win away to tie Mighty Mouse, because he's got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And I think Demetrius Johnson had 14.
Okay, so total wins in flyweight history. Number 1, Joseph Benavidez, Demetrius Johnson, and Pantoja all have 13.
Oh, okay. So he wins this. He has the most wins in the fight.
Wins in
one more
history.
That's right.
So, but here's the difference. Title fight wins. Demetrius Johnson, 12.
Okay, yeah. So he's got
Pantoja, 4.
Yeah, long ways to go.
Yeah, like, I don't even know if you're like, that may be an unbreakable record, dude.
That is an unbreakable record.
Win streak, Demetrius Johnson 13, Pantoja 7. This
Yeah, that's
would make
doable.
8. That's catchable. And
So,
I mean,
but this one, most flyweight wins of all time, is pretty legit.
hell yeah.
It's pretty
Hell
legit.
yeah. Fucking absolutely, dude.
But the crazy thing is they're tied at 13, and Demetrius Johnson has 12 fucking title defenses.
I know. Yeah. A lot
So every
different
fight
times
basically in his career,
in his
was
UFC
a
career was
flyweight.
a title fight.
But the
Yeah.
level of competition, though,
it was a lot different. Yeah.
yeah,
It was a lot different
flyweight
back
division
then.
almost failed.
Yeah, but we're fucking back, dude. The flyweight
100%
division
back.
is one of the most fun in the UFC. Like, it just
Hell
is.
yeah.
It just is.
I agree.
You look at last week, even this card between Jamal Hill and Khalil Roundtree.
That fight of the night where they both got 100, they both got the big bonuses. They were banging, dude.
Yeah, who was that? Those were featherweights, right? Or no? Yeah, no, those were lightweights.
Lightweights? Okay.
Sadikov and Mota.
Yeah. That was a good fight, though.
Fuck, dude, that fight was awesome, bro.
Yeah.
God damn, that fight was fucking awesome.
But that's it. I mean, International Fight Week is stacked.
Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. Fuck, man, we're here, dude. Like, we're here. It is fight week. UFC 317. We're fucking here, dude. I'm just excited to see what happens. Jon Jones retired.
Jon Jones retired, dude.
Tom Aspinall is officially the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world.
Undisputed, bro.
He posted a video with his belt on his shoulder immediately and said, let's get this fucking shit going. So I'd imagine you're going to get Tom Aspinall news pretty soon.
Probably at International Fight Week.
Maybe. That's this week, so maybe.
But I feel like things have
got to get his other...
of...
Yeah, but you got to get his other opponent to agree. Like, who's he going to fight?
Something's there. Something's in the works. I feel like there's been a backup plan for 6 months.
I think Jailton Almeida's ready to go.
I don't think he deserves... Dude,
I know. I agree.
See me fighting with these fucking guys on Twitter, dude. Like, everyone below Tom Aspinall, dude, doesn't deserve to fight Tom Aspinall. That's the problem here.
Yeah, I
this
agree.
is where we're at, dude.
I don't. Yeah, I agree. I don't disagree with you at all. But
because you can't. Cyril Gahn is probably the only one that's gonna probably get it, because I mean, and he doesn't deserve it because he fucking robbed Volkov.
Right. Yeah.
That was a bullshit decision, and even Dana knows it.
Yeah,
it was like, Volkov deserves it. If he would have won, he would have been fighting. He'd be fighting Tom Aspinall next.
Yeah, I mean, Aspinall already submitted him in the first round before, but yeah,
I know. But
that's the thing. Like, Tom, the problem is, like, there's no big name for him to fight. There is no big heavyweight fight right now.
No, none. And then we get this new guy, Taliesin Teixeira, who's, I mean, he's a big motherfucker. He's a big heavyweight dude. If he goes in there and fucking knocks out Derek Lewis in like the first round, then I mean, we're gonna be looking at him as like the next Sergey. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's not gonna happen.
But he's so young, though, dude. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's not going to happen. That fight is what, next week or the week after?
That's the next fight night, I think.
Yeah, and that's what, like, he's 14th. Yeah, he beat 14th. Justin Tafa. He KO'd one of the Tafas.
Yeah, but he like punched him one time, and Tafa like fucking dropped to the ground.
Yeah, so Taliesin Teixeira 8-0. I mean, I don't know, dude. It's just, that's like, the heavyweight division is so fucking weird.
It is weird, dude.
Like,
because Tom Aspinall legitimately beats every single person below that.
Yeah, he's just way more skilled. The only thing that could happen to him is he gets knocked out by somebody that just catches him, because everybody in that division hits hard as fuck.
Yeah, or he fights Alex.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not super interested. Like, I'm not as interested in that fight as I like once was. Just because, like, Alex, I just don't think will do well at heavyweight. He's huge. He's big. He's big enough at light heavyweight. He's small.
Let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this.
Even Magomed looks so much bigger than him.
Tom Aspinall, in my opinion, and I've said, we can go back 2-3 years ago where I said this guy's going to be the world champion. He's going to go down as one of the best fighters of all time. Do you think we're going to look here in 2-3 years and go, is he really the greatest of all time because of the division that he was in?
Who? Aspinall?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Dude, his resume is going to be lackluster.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's going to be dog shit.
Yep.
And then it's going to be hard to say, like, yeah, he's the greatest of all time, dude. Yeah, he beat fucking
Curtis Blades and fucking Sergey Pavlovich and Volkov and Gon, and
it's going to be like a Mighty Mouse scenario where it was in the worst state of the division, and the guy wins 13 fucking title defenses, and then you say, then you have to sit there and contemplate, is he really the greatest of all time? Because dude, anybody who has 12 title defenses in any division, there's no brainer that they're greatest of all time. I mean, what the fuck? But and then you look at who they beat, though.
Right.
Same with Khabib. But Khabib luckily beat the top prospects of all his divisions, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they're still going, so it's hard. You can't really argue his resume. His early part of the resume, sure, but not the later part.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's nobody.
I'm actually looking through this UFC record book. Couple interesting things on the horizon. Islam Makhachev is 1 win away from tying Anderson Silva for all-time longest win streak at 16. Islam is currently at 15. So,
well, crazy. But Khabib would have had that if he kept fighting.
And Khabib was at 13, so maybe
he would have had that, but he retired. So,
right. I'm just saying. I mean, that's like we will if Islam beats JDM. Like you have, like that record's been there for a long ass time now.
Yeah, imagine losing your first fight in the UFC and then stemming off fucking 16 straight wins.
Yeah,
But
dude. Anyway, whatever. Let's wrap it up. Solid ass card. International Fight Week. UFC 317. Topuria, Charles Oliveira, Kai Car-France, Alessandra Pantoja.
Ready, dude.
I can't wait.
We're doing a fight companion.
Yeah, this Saturday, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Cancel all plans.
Yeah, I'm already told my wife, dude. I was like, we got a birthday party on Saturday. I said we better be home by 5:00.
Yeah,
because the second that prelim starts, I'm locked in.
Yeah, I'm locked in. Everybody, back up.
Back up, dude. Biggest fight card of the year. My favorite fighters fighting. Your favorite fighters fighting. I mean, it's just, we can't clash of fucking men here.
Yeah, we're gonna be slanging some meat, dude. We're fucking slanging some meat.
Great mate slanging, bruh.
Anyway,
and then after International Fight Week, it just gets garbage from there. So
it's all right. We'll see what happens, dude. They'll make it up. We got but dude, a lot of things. If you haven't tuned in, me and Joel were talking about this a little bit before we started. But if you haven't tuned into the UFC BJJ, that comes out every day on YouTube live at noon. The finale of that will be Wednesday as well, with 2 title fights. Well, 3 title fights. 2 from competitors of the show at welterweight and lightweight, and then the coaches will fight Mikey Musumeci at bantamweight. And then UFC BJJ is like officially its own league.
Yeah.
And they will have champions and people signed to the UFC under their BJJ title. And I assume we will be getting live UFC BJJ events.
Yeah, possibly so. Also,
I hope they are all in the bowl. I don't know what they're calling it. They call it the octagon, but it's essentially, it's not a pit because it can't be a pit because Karate Combat and CGI own the pit.
CGI, yeah.
So it's not a pit. It is a octagon shaped bowl it's curved walls. It's not slanted, so they're actually curved. So, but it's been great, dude. Andrew Tackett and Jason Nolf went today. Jason Nolf fucking double legged Andrew Tackett up onto the wall. They almost fucking flew out of the bowl, which is crazy.
Yeah, I need to watch that shit.
Dude, it's cool. Aside from like the constant 50-50 leg lock game that is jiu-jitsu now,
That
like,
shit's so stupid, dude.
Yeah.
Lead lock shit is so whack. But
Yeah.
anyways, and then Dana did say though, with the new media deal, we're gonna get twice as many Dana White Contender Series fights. So lock in for that. I have a feeling that Tough is gonna be getting the fuck out, and we're gonna get Dana White Contender Series fights.
Maybe
a lot more, which
maybe
would be very
well,
pleasing.
that's interesting though that he said that, because that means that like they have to be super close to a deal.
Yep, I'd agree.
And if
International Fight Week, dude, a lot gets announced during this week, bro.
Maybe because like if you're announcing that that's going to happen, then you already know where you're signing. If you haven't already signed already, or whatever the case, like you're ironing out like minute details at this point.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much a done deal. I would imagine that it's staying with ESPN. I think.
I could imagine that too. I want to say this too. I think too with the Jon Jones thing, I'm going to circle back on that. I'm looking at we're about almost an hour in, so I'll keep it short. But International Fight Week, I think that the and Dana said he didn't know that Jon was going to retire, all this stuff. I think that Dana was like, you have until International Fight Week to tell us what it is, because we're going to announce you versus John or Tom during International Fight Week. So I either need a yes or a fucking no before we do this. And then now we're not getting it, and it came out before International Fight Week. So now I feel like something new is going to get announced during International Fight Week, and it's going to come as a shock. And I think we're going to be like, oh,
I don't
shit.
think so. What? Like what? There's no shocking anything out there right now. What could be? Like there's not
Magomed versus Alex too.
Is that shocking?
No, but it's
that's what I mean. Like,
you know,
you're not getting any shocking announcement. There is no shocking announcement. Every division already has pretty much their next fights lined up. Like,
that's true.
Bantamweight, maybe not. Like Marab, do you do Marab Umar too, possibly, or
They'll
Marab
end up
Corey Sandhagen? But like that, maybe that. But he just fought, so you're not going to announce that already. I mean, he just fought less than a month ago. He just fought 2 weeks ago.
I mean, they're gonna try to announce something.
You have 2 title fights on this. Featherweight, you have Volkanovski, but like, what are you gonna announce? Fucking Volkanovski, Yair?
Yeah, we already know kind of that's maybe the
fucking
case.
Horrible, dude.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. You gonna announce? You already know DDP Chimaev, hopefully, right? That's already happening in Chicago.
Yep.
You already know, like, if you get Alex Magomed too, okay. And then, but it'd be maybe Tom Aspinall. Maybe there is a heavyweight fight for Tom Aspinall.
I think it's going to be Tom versus Cyril Gahn. I think that they probably already got it locked in.
I hope he's going to I hope he knocks the shit out of Cyril Gahn, dude. I hope he breaks his arm. Kimura.
All of this conversation is going to be worthless if Tom goes out there and loses to Cyril Gahn, dude.
He's not going to lose.
Fucking loses to Cyril Gahn, dude. They might as well literally shut down the heavyweight division until there's 10 competitors who are the next Tom Aspinalls.
Yeah, it's over, dude. There was talk of Francis coming back. That ain't happening.
Nope.
What's interesting too? Remember how they made a big deal about Francis signing that deal with PFL that anybody who fights him
$2 million
gets it over $1 million or something. He's literally fought one time in how long? 3 years.
He fought the super heavyweight fight against.
Right, that's it.
That one guy. That was it. That's the only fight he's had.
Right. So does that like at the time? That was like, oh, dude, that's fucking sweet, right? Like,
yeah, he ran
other guys paid, but like, he's not even fighting. So does that even matter? And then like he's the head of PFL Africa.
Yeah, who cares?
Sick, dude.
PFL sucks.
It's like you don't even fight. He doesn't even fight anymore. Who fucking cares, dude?
Oh,
But
dude.
he ain't coming back. Dana doesn't want him. He doesn't want to come back to UFC for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fight. If you can get Francis to come back and do Francis versus Tom Aspinall, that's fucking scary. That's a fight.
That is a fight.
That's a super fight.
Do it at Madison Square Garden too, and then kind of shame John for not fighting Tom in that Madison Square Garden.
You fucking pussy. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Quack quack.
Oh shit.
Anyway,
yeah,
let's
dude,
get
we're
out
back.
of here, dude.
We're back, baby.
Let's fucking back.
Let's fucking rock.
UFC's back. UFC
See you next one.
This Saturday, International Fight Week.
We're live.
Ilia Topuria, Charles the Bronx. We'll be live Saturday night with our fight companion over on YouTube, X, and Facebook, I guess.
Yeah, YouTube, X, Facebook.
Figure it out. If you're not already, make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up, like the video. Make sure you're following all of our social media accounts, X, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, fucking Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon, YouTube, all the things. Yes, Peace, sir. Baby. Catch you all in the next.